Hi everyone, and welcome to our monthly Facebook live stream with me. If you are joining us for the first time and you're not too sure who I am, my name is Mona Lisa and I am one of the advocates for the Fostering Kinship Carers Association. So if you're not too sure what an advocate is or what that even means, essentially what it means is that we're here to help support you and provide advice when you are experiencing any issues or if you have any concerns in your role as a carer. So if you are experiencing any issues or concerns, or you might even be dealing with some complex matters, please contact us and we can arrange a time to meet with you and discuss those concerns. In the description box, I've included our contact details, including our email and also our office number, so that if you do want to contact me and arrange a time to meet, just give us a call and arrange a time and we can do so. And just be aware that this isn't limited to just our Darwin-based carer members as well. If you are a carer member but you live out remote, or you might not even be able to make it into the office during standard office hours, we can meet with you in any other way that suits you. So some of our carers use our online platforms. For example, just like we're doing today, they will use Facebook, our Facebook Messenger, and arrange appointments and talk to me there. And we do that so that we can still keep the face-to-face experience and keep it personable. And other ways carers meet with us is just over the phone. They give us a call and talk with us over the phone. And again, if you are in Darwin, you can also pop into the office and arrange a time to speak with me. So whatever platform works for you, whether it is phone, especially the online platforms, guys, whether it's Facebook videos or even Skype. Skype's a popular one. Let me know. We can arrange a time to meet in those ways. It's also we don't just meet with you during standard office hours either. We understand that not everyone is able to speak during normal business hours. So if our office is open 8 to 4 o'clock. If that doesn't work for you and you want to speak after 4, then that's not a problem for us either. We can arrange a time. Just call us to arrange an appointment and a time that suits you. So again, welcome to anyone who's joining us for the first time. We are going to kick it off and discuss this month's topic, which is all about the essential documents that a carer should have when a child is first placed with you. Now, the reason why this topic actually came about is I actually found that whenever carers were actually meeting with me and talking or raising some of the issues and concerns they have, one of the very first questions we will always ask is, do you have a care plan or do you have a placement agreement? And more often than not, most carers didn't have one. They said no. And they would say no for 2 reasons. Either 1, because they don't have those documents, or 2, they might actually have those documents but not know what they are. So it could be that it's been given to them, but they've never been explained the importance of them, or they've never been explained what they actually are. So they wouldn't know that they actually have them. So that brought us to wanting to discuss that with you, because it does keep coming up. Hey guys, Cassandra, hi, welcome. So Cassandra's first time joining our live stream. Thanks for joining. Hi Effie, thank you. So if you've just missed it, we are talking about the essential documents that you must have when a child is first placed in your care. And if you do have any questions at any time, guys, feel free to ask them at any time during this live stream. If I don't get to it straight away, we'll have a bit of a Q&A session at the very end. And even then, if I miss it, because sometimes your questions will come through in the comments box a little delayed, I'll have a look at it after we end today's session and give you a call on Friday and see if we can help you there. So of the 3 documents that you need to have, so they would be the placement agreement, the essential information record, and also the care plan. So the first one I'll go through is the placement agreement. So if you don't have one, it looks like this. So hopefully you can make that out a little bit. And the placement agreement is essentially, it's like a contract. It's an agreement between you and Territory Families that validates and legitimizes that a child has been removed from whatever situation they've come from, and that you agree for them to be placed into your care. The placement agreement contains specific information about your roles and responsibilities. As a carer, so by signing it, you agree to uphold those responsibilities. It also has information about the rate of payment that you will receive for that placement. So the best way to avoid any disputes about payment issues, guys, is to ensure that you have one of these and that the correct rate of payment is on this. And if you are happy with the information on here, if the correct information is on that, make sure at the very end that you sign it. Hey Cheryl, thanks for joining us. The second form document that you absolutely must have is the Essential Information Record, which looks like this. So, and it's all in the title, guys. It's called Essential Information Record because it is absolutely essential. It's the important information you need to know about a child when they come into your care. So all children, when they're removed from care, they're removed because, they've been traumatized. Some kind of trauma has happened. And we know as carers that you don't want them to be further traumatized, and you don't want to unknowingly do something that may scare them even further. So an essential information record goes into that kind of history. It goes into the kind of information that you need to know about the child, including the reason the child came into the care in the first place. It will talk about their routine, their likes and dislikes, any challenging behaviors, any disabilities they may have. Also talks about, some of their health information. And that's important for you to know so that you're not left vulnerable. The harsh reality is some carers haven't actually had this, and it has left them vulnerable because you haven't known the parameter of the child's needs. Some examples, just so you know the kind of things that may happen when you don't have an essential information record, is we had a carer who had a child in their care who actually was allergic to fish, but because they didn't have this, didn't know that they were allergic to fish, and ended up giving the child fish. That child ended up having an allergic reaction. And that could have all been avoided had the carer been given one of these. We've got another carer that as part of their normal practice, when a child comes into their care, they'll go and take that child into and get to a GP and get a general check of that child, and make sure that their health is good. And while actually taking their child to the GP to get this checkup, the child had a seizure while in the GP checkup. And you know what? They didn't know. The carer didn't actually know that the child was susceptible to seizures. And it's just lucky that they happened to be at the GP at that moment in time. Who knows what could have happened if they weren't actually there. So those are the kind of things that could happen when you don't have one of these. You don't know what you don't know. Not everyone knows that not everyone will think to have an EpiPen. So when you have one of these and you can see if there are allergies or nut allergies, which is very common, you can go out and make sure that you're well prepared. We don't want you left vulnerable, like I said earlier, guys, and that happens when you don't know the parameter of your child's needs, and this will outline the parameters. It's called an EIR, it's called an Essential Information Record for a reason, and that's because it is essential. And the final one is the care plan. So this one. But you'll notice here, if you can read backwards, that it says my care plan. So this care plan is written in the point of view of the child. So it documents what needs to be done to meet the care and protection of that child. But it's done from the child's point of view. So where some of the other documents, so your essential information record talks a little bit about the history of why a child came into your care, about the history of the things they like and don't like. The care plan talks about the ongoing and future care that needs to happen and the overall goal for your child, and whether that could be reunification or it could look like a stable long-term placement. what you need to know is important with these care plan as well is that as a child grows, their needs change. So it does need to be regularly reviewed to ensure that it is still meeting the needs of the child. So there are some trigger points that you need to ensure that will trigger those reviews. And some of those trigger points is at minimum, every 6 months, you need to be asking whether it does need to be reviewed, because at minimum it does need to happen every 6 months. Some other trigger points is if there's been a change in placement. It could also be if your child is about to age out, and so what that means is if they're turning 18, you'd want to be looking at what kind of support you can provide them for when they turn 18. So just be aware that this doesn't, once you get a care plan, it doesn't stay like that forever. It needs to be regularly reviewed and updated to ensure that it is continuing to meet the needs of the child. And again, it is written from the child's point of view. So you need to make sure that their voice is being heard in that. As much as possible, make sure that they've got access to this. They can have access to this whenever they like. But if you've got a child that might not be able, who may be a non-verbal child and can't communicate what their needs and wants are, or they might be too young to speak, then make sure you advocate on behalf of the child and ensure that you're the carer, you're with them 24/7, you know what their needs and wants are. So make sure that those are you advocate for them, and those are reflected in the care plan as well. So those essentially, guys, are the 3 essential documents that you absolutely must have when a child is placed with you. And some final things that I just want to say in regards to that is, make sure you have them. Sometimes when a child seems to be doing okay, we can let it slip and just be like, oh, we'll just wait for when we need it. But then something might happen, and it'll be completely out of your control, and those documents help you deal with those situations. It helps provide the support that you need to contact to help you with those situations. And by just letting it slip, just letting it fall by the wayside, if your child seems to be fine, don't allow that to happen. If your case manager hasn't given you one yet, be bold, be brave, ask for it. And if they can't give it to you on the spot, ask them when they will be able to provide it. For example, the essential information record, that needs to be given to you within 3 days of a child coming into your care. If you don't have it within 3 days, you need to ask for it. And if they can't provide you with a time frame of when you're going to get it, if you're uncomfortable to request that, then that's where we come in. You can ask us and we will help you ask for that. So please make sure that you've got these, and if you don't have it, that you're bold enough to ask for it yourself or ask us to ask on your behalf. And so those are the essential things that you need to know. What we'll do for the remainder of today's session is just go through some of the questions that you guys have already. I've seen you guys have commented on that. And any questions you do have further, please feel free to comment in the comments box, or private message me if you prefer. In any other way, we'll be able to check it. But we'll go through those now. So Effie. So Effie, thanks for that comment. Effie's just said that she's received one of these documents. However, not all the relevant information was there. So for each of these documents, they do need to be signed. So if you're getting one, please make sure you go through it. And if you go through it and you can tell that something has been, is missing, or it's incorrect, don't sign it until that information has been corrected. Once you've signed it, then you've said yes to it, you've agreed to it. But if it's not correct, don't sign it. And Effie, if you feel that there is information that is being withheld, talk to your case manager and just, flesh that out more with them and just say, this might not be something that there actually seems like there might need to be more information here, but it's not here. So have that discussion with them. And if you're not comfortable too, then we can have that discussion with them also, and make sure that all the relevant information is there. Thanks, Cassandra. So Cassandra and Cheryl's actually jumped in and helped. Cassandra's asked if there is a specific leaving care plan. Yes, there is. So one of the trigger points is when a child is going to transition from care, then a leaving care plan needs to be done then. But it does need to have contribution from you as well as the family. So that needs to happen in a meeting format where you guys come together and you discuss what that leaving care plan will look like. Yeah, Cassandra, we really like the new care plan look as well, because it tells us the story of the child and the ongoing needs for that child. And it's theirs, it's their needs, it's their story. So it should be from their point of view, which is really brilliant. Is this one is just one we've added there for now, but you'll notice on the new care plan that it even has the child's photo on there as well, which is great because, it is a child, it's a human that we're dealing with, not a piece of paper. So Effie, did you get that document as soon as the child came into your care? Effie's just asked, just said that there was some information that she found out after having the child in her care. So the reason why I asked that, Effie, is that information, if you don't have it straight away, it delays. If you don't have it as soon as a child comes into your care, it delays, it gets delayed. And then therefore you won't know until a long time after. But moving forward, what I'm going to recommend as well is that for any new placements you have, make sure you're having those discussions, and you're bringing up what you found that you didn't know with that child. Bring up those kind of topics with your next placements, to ensure that it is covered. Because if you find that information's missing in there that should be in there, let us know, because we can have a look at that document and make sure that it's accurately reflected. So if I get your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Tyrone, thanks for joining us. Hopefully I've got your name right. We have offices, we're in Darwin, in the Northern Territory. So we have offices based in Darwin and Alice Springs, but we are the peak body for the whole Northern Territory. So regardless where you are in the territory, our support services, our services are available to you. And even if that means that you've moved interstate, we still support you then. We've got carers who have children from the NT place with them, but they might have moved interstate, and we still support you even then, even though our offices are based here in Darwin and Alice Springs. Hey Effie, I'll follow up on that with you. Yeah, Effie, you should be, yeah, I totally agree. You should be told everything about a child, and it's something that we really need to advocate for. Unfortunately, when it's not told that, there are things that can happen that would have helped you to better protect the child, or doesn't leave you in a vulnerable state. Let's have a chat. I'll give you a call on Friday and talk to you more about what happened in that case. So, for not just you, for all carers, we can come up with ways to make sure that that doesn't happen. If it means that we need to seek further information, or find out more about the history, or find out what information is on file, let's have a chat and find out exactly, and I want to find out exactly what happened so that we can avoid this happening to you again and avoid it happening to other carers out there. Tyrone, you're in the States. Well, thank you for joining us. You're so welcome. We do this once a month, on the last Wednesday of every month. We will jump online from 6:30 to 7 o'clock, live like this, and we'll just talk through some of our hot topics in relation to foster care or kinship care. And so you're so welcome to join in. If any of this interests you or if any of this will help you, please feel free to join. That's so cool, Tyrone. Oh, that's so great. Yeah, we're really looking at moving our services more into the virtual space so that we can connect with people if we can't still connect with carers and people when they can't come into the office, when they live in the States. So, we want to connect with everyone in all the different ways possible. Love that you're invited to this. And again, you're so welcome to join every month. I will stay on for a bit longer, guys, just to answer any more questions you might have. And just because I won't actually be online till the last Wednesday of next month, but we do have some training before that. I just want to let everyone know that we do have the FASD training coming up next month. So that's fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. That's we have training for that next month in Alice Springs, Katherine, and Darwin. So Alice Springs, your training is on the 13th, which is a Monday. And Katherine, your training will be held on the 15th. What's really cool about that is that I will actually be there in person. So if you have any issues or concerns and you'd love to meet and have a chat about it, just let me know because we'll be there. Cheryl, myself, and Tracy will be there on the 15th in Katherine. And Darwin, the FASD training is on the 17th, which is a Friday. So have a look on our Facebook page. On our Facebook page there, it'll have all our events. It's important that you do book for it though. So the training is for our carer members, but you do need a book to secure your place. So that's coming up next month. So it's going to be great training. There'll be a practical workshop that will really help you. So make sure you book in. Cheryl has asked a question. Who is your favorite colleague? I plead the fifth on that one. I plead the fifth on that one, Cheryl. You know who my favorite colleague is, Cheryl? It'd be Sean. Sean's our favorite colleague who always comes to our events and helps out. Yeah, Tyrone, that's great. When your documentary comes out, you should private message us. We'd love to see it. I'm just going to scroll through. Guys, guys, feel free to ask any questions that's not even related to these, to the care plans or these essential documents. So this is your time to ask anything that you would like. And that is part of the purpose of these as well, is for you to just throw out some of your, no questions is a dumb question, so feel free to throw out any questions that you have. We had some carers who actually also asked about how long the registration process takes, so there could be some first time and new carers here. So yeah, with anything we can help with. Thanks, Tyrone. I'll definitely jump on and have a look. Am I saying your name right? Our page is called Foster and Kinship Carers Association NT. Yes, so we have the awesome opportunity to be at the Arafura Games Thursday the 2nd of May. Just want to make sure I've got my date right. So we're going to be there from 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock. And we will be doing a sausage sizzle. So come along and support us. We'll be selling some sausages on the day, soft drinks at the games. But we are also looking for some volunteers to help out as well. So if you are interested, please let me know. Like, private message us, and if you have some time free on that day and you're happy to come along and sell some sausages with us, my favorite colleague Sean, I hear, is going to be there setting up for us. So come and join. All of us we'll all be there. It'll be really fun. So that's next week. Just private message me or give me a call. In the description box, I have put on our office number. So if you're interested, give myself or Izzy a call, and we'll put you on our volunteer roster. So on the day it is a fundraiser. So Cheryl's just said there, we are raising money to put on a family fun event at the end of the year for all our carers and their families. So we want to look at an end of year or Christmas event for all our carer members and their families, just to show you how much we love you guys. Tyrone. Like Vince Vaughn. Tyrone. Got it, Ty. Thank you. We also had today, guys, our third carer parent group, which happens every fortnight on Wednesdays, and it's really growing. So this happens at the Play Shack from 9 o'clock to 10:30, and it's where our carers come along and they just have a coffee on us. We want to spoil you for the morning. And bring your kids and they can play while you're there having coffee. It's a great opportunity to meet other carers, and just, get out of the house for a bit. Let us help you with the kids and, spoil you with some coffee and some morning tea. And that's every fortnight. So you'll find Izzy there. She'll be there. You'll be able to meet Izzy if you haven't already, and we'll pop in for time to time. So that's on Wednesdays. We had one today, and then it'll be a fortnight from today, from 9 till 10:30. So again, just check out our Facebook page for all the details of that. Again, would love you to book in just to ensure we know that you're coming and we can properly cater for you. So make sure that you go through Tribe Booking and reserve a spot. So I think that is all our questions for today. Yep. Thanks again, everyone, for joining today, especially for those of you who were joining for the first time. Cassandra and Tyrone. Ty. Thanks for joining. Same time, same place next month on the last Wednesday of every month. If you have any feedback about the times, if you find that you'd like a better time, 6:30 to 7 doesn't suit for you, would love feedback on what times do suit you. And if you have any topics that you would like to discuss, please let us know. These are hot topics that matter to you. So we want to make sure we're talking about the things that matter to you. So have an amazing week. Have a great Anzac Day tomorrow. Have a good break. Be safe and have fun. See you later.